Are you wondering how the housing market's going to shape up in 2023? You probably are, because I know I am. I want you to know how private money is going to fit into this equation, because private money is going to be vitally important for you and for the real estate industry as we enter 2023. And in this video, what I'm going to do is I'm going to break down some trends. I'm going to make some predictions for the coming year, and I'm going to show you how to position yourself for massive success with private money and private lending. So stick around to the end of this one, because the prediction I'm going to make is definitely not one you're expecting. So the first thing, let's talk about the elephant in the room. This is the biggest pain point, and one that the Private Money Club, PMC, solves the best. Here's the pain point. Banks, traditional financing sources for all that real estate, hard money lenders, which are typically hedge funds or tied to Wall Street, they're going to start slowing down lending. They're already doing it. Wells Fargo's not even doing mortgages anymore. They just announced that. This is January 2023. So, welcome to 2023, which will be the year where you will start to see the recession really hit home. And you will not only see the recession hit home, that recession will bring massive opportunities. But all the things that you've learned up to this point, and all the things you know up to this point about how to get money to finance those awesome deals that are going to start presenting themselves, those massive opportunities in real estate, you can't go to. The banks, they're not going to want to lend to you. Because if, number one, your income goes down, your credit gets hit, you lose your job, you become unemployed, whatever might happen because of a recession, the bank won't lend to you anymore. Hard money lenders, well, when Wall Street starts to lose significant money, hard money lenders will no longer be wanting to lend. You know, this has happened all other times. 2008, this happened. During the pandemic, hard money lenders pulled back significantly. You weren't paying attention. So what are you going to do? What are you going to do when traditional banks, traditional hard money lenders, and financial institutions that you used to get your money for your real estate deals no longer want to lend money to you? Well, one of two things. You can be like, oh, there goes that idea. I wish I could have, I should have, I would have. You don't ever want to be saying that, because a recession brings an unbelievable buying opportunity. It brings a massive opportunity for you to buy real estate at lower prices. You're already starting to see a lot of real estate throughout this country go off of their highs. Some different cities in this country have dropped double digits already, and we're only in January of 2023. The recession, although we're in one, hasn't even really hit home. People still think their house is worth a ton of money, and you know what? Some people are still getting a ton of money for their house. But that won't be the case in the future. And when that happens, you want to be in a really good position to buy more real estate. Because buying low is how you make money, right? Great. This is where Private Money Club really comes in and solves that problem. You see, when everything dries up, when we go into a recession, that doesn't mean money just disappears. When the stock market goes down and people are losing money, it doesn't mean money just disappears. It just changes hand. So when the banks don't want to lend to you, I do. Because I need to make my money work for me. My money still needs to be out there earning an interest rate. And I understand real estate, so I will be lending on Private Money Club. And I'm not alone. There's over 4,000 people in Private Money Club. And you know what? They all probably think a lot like me, especially the ones that have money. When the whole market starts going down, 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 we know the price of real estate is going down. And we know people are going to be out there buying this real estate. But we also know they're going to need some money. And guess what? I got it. So do all my friends in Private Money Club. All the private lenders solve that problem. Because when everybody else says no, we will be there to say yes to the right deals, to the right borrowers, and for the right terms. You notice how I slipped that one in at the end? The right terms. My money's not cheap. I lend my money out between 12 and 15% on Private Money Club. Some of you are like, oh, I can get money way cheaper at the bank. Sure you can, until the bank won't give it to you. And then it's the most expensive money on earth. Losing the opportunity is the most expensive money on earth. You would have much rather pay me 12 to 15% for my money so that you could get the opportunity. So, how much is too much when you look at an interest rate to pay on a deal? I don't know. Run the numbers on your deal. I bet you it's way more than what you think that you can pay if you buy a property at such a deep discount. Private Money Club was set up for a very unique purpose. You see, Private Money Club, just like it sounds, it's private money. But real private money. not hard money lenders making themselves look and sound like private lenders. I'm talking about individuals. I'm talking about people lending from their self-directed IRAs, people lending from their infinite banking policies, those specially designed whole lives, people just lending money that they've accumulated, people taking money out of the stock market because it's going down and then wanting to then take back control of their money and lend it out and be the bank. So Private Money Club solved a really unique problem for two people. Number one, and how I created Private Money Club was just this simple concept. I used to be a real estate investor where I needed a lot of money. And I'm still a real estate investor, but I'm not buying as much. I just make my money go to work for me now. But when we were buying a lot of real estate, flipping a lot of houses, buying apartment buildings, we needed money, lots of it. So we would go out to people like, the folks I'm talking about, people that had money, and we would present our opportunities to them. And lo and behold, some of them would lend money to us. They would be the bank. And they would charge anywhere between 10 and as much as 15% for that money. And we would make monthly payments to them. And when we sold the property, we would pay them back. And then the biggest thing they would say is, hey, you got another deal. Private lenders, once their money's out working for them, they don't want it back. They just want the monthly check because the monthly check is affording them to go to the movies, go on vacations, pay for their cars, pay for college tuitions. You get it right. It's an income. They spend it. So when it stops because you sold your property as the borrower and you paid them off, we want that money to keep working. So I was always on that side. I always needed money. So I was always looking for more and more private lenders to lend me money. But over time I evolved and I became somebody who had money. So I flipped over to the other side. So now, after all those years of borrowing money, I had learned that the people making the real money were the people being the bank. And they didn't have to do the hard work. They weren't in there sweating. They weren't in there dealing with contractors and building inspectors. They weren't in there taking on all the risk. All they did is they just sent their money out to work while they sat on a beach or somewhere and just relaxed. I did all the work as the borrower, but that was the necessary piece. As I sold off my real estate portfolio, I now had money, and I wanted to be the bank too. Because one of my mentors, Greg, said the ultimate in real estate is being the bank. So now we've identified two different people. Call them heads and tails. People with money, their number one problem and their number one goal is to make more money. We'll call them the heads. And then on the tails of the coin, you've got people like I used to be. People that need money to make more money. They need money to buy the real estate because it's an unbelievable opportunity that's about to happen, and they want to make more money. So how cool does that sound? You got two people, both of which have the thing that the other person needs. This person's got money but doesn't have the opportunity. This person's got no money but has the opportunity. Ho, 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 ho. That sounds a lot like dating. That sounds a lot like a dating site. Now, for some of you younger folks, that's the Tinder, right? You swipe left through all the people. You swipe right for the one you like. You start communicating. You go on dates. You get married. The rest. Sounds a lot like dating with money. I got people that have money and people that need money. Let's create a dating site for money. Well, that's exactly what Private Money Club is. Lenders and borrowers each have profiles that says everything that they're looking to do. A nice little description of here's how I'm looking to lend money or here's how I'm looking to borrow money. Borrowers post their deals on the site and they say, here's what I'm willing to pay. I'll pay 12%. I'll pay 15%. I'll give you 2 points, whatever it is. And the lenders just go through and swipe left on the app or on the computer, just look through all the deals, click on the one they want, and they say, I'm interested. Send me more information. Now you're beginning the process of dating. So cool. I literally created the dating site for money. Let me give you an example of how Private Money Club has helped somebody, and I'm not going to use my example. We have a client, okay, I'm not going to use the name, but she had money. She had worked her whole life, then retired. She had a loved one pass away and left her an inheritance. So now she had money, and she was scared of the stock market because she had had bad experiences in 2008, and she also saw the weaknesses in the market. So she had all this money and didn't know what to do. And she started watching my videos, and she started learning about this, and she got into Private Money Club. She became a premier member in Private Money Club. And she started learning how things work just by watching and observing, watching videos like this and learning how to be a private lender. And then she did her first deal. And lo and behold, those checks started coming in and the deal paid off. So now she had more money. She started lending more money. And then that still paid her income. And she kept doing this over and over and over and over again. Until she literally, and I'm not kidding you, had hundreds of thousands of dollars in income coming in. Now, the biggest problem for her was, I got to find a lot of deals to keep all this money working. So now, what she's doing now with her initial monies and the hundreds of thousands that she's made is she's now diversifying across asset classes. She's always being the bank, but now she's lending to private funds. Okay, now she's lending to hedge funds. She's lending money in Private Money Club on all sorts of different deals. Individual flips, some rentals, some burrs, all sorts of different stuff. How has that helped her? Well, it's completely changed her life. You see, she's no longer living off of principal or taking, money out of her savings, which is dropping the principal down. She's living off of interest on the principal. Her principal never goes down. She just keeps making more money on top of money. And there's tons of stories. Go to privatemoneyclub.com, read the blog section. It's testimonials of a whole bunch of people in there. Or go to the bottom and just read the testimonials on the main homepage about people that are in Private Money Club that are doing exactly what I just said. But it doesn't matter. No matter what side of the coin you're on, heads, you have money and you want it to work for you. Or tails, you need money to make money. Private Money Club is in your future. It will help you solve your problem. The best part about Private Money Club is each party is solving the other party's problem. How cool is that? That's a win-win solution. And that's what you need. So check it out. It's privatemoneyclub.com. And if you like this video, check this one out right here. Predicting the future of real estate. What's next? Thanks for joining me today. We'll see you the next time.